Hey guys, Hector here with some more gaming news. And apparently earlier today, Nintendo officially announced that their next generation console will be coming out next year, March 2017, and it's codenamed NX, so I'll just be saying the Nintendo NX, or maybe just the NX, throughout this video. So that's pretty much the only news. So I wanted to talk about what I think Nintendo actually needs to do with the NX, in my personal opinion, and professional gaming opinion, or whatever, I don't know, whatever. Also, it's just, at first I thought the Wii U's console life was like really short. I was like, the Wii U's only been out for a few years, hasn't it? But then I look back, and then the whole Wii U console life from when it released to when the NX will release is going to be 5 years. And apparently every single Nintendo console has been around for 5 to 6 years. So apparently the Wii U wasn't, around that short. But I guess it does seem short compared to like the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Xbox 360 barely finished manufacturing. They said they were not making any more Xbox 360s, and it first released 10 years ago. Of course, they're still going to be releasing Wii U's, but you know what I'm talking about. The whole console life altogether was also about like 7 years for the 360. But anyways, let's move on. So first, what I think they really need to focus on, number one, backwards compatibility. I think that's what most consoles should be doing or trying to do. So I can understand if they can't really figure out how to make their former discs work with the new hardware. But so many games are digital now. It's like, why isn't it so easy or commonplace to make your older digital games work on the newer consoles? Maybe, I know I'm not a huge tech person when it comes to like creating video games and stuff, and I'm sure there's some issues to work around, but you would think they would kind of be able to sort of work around with that, because they always release at least Nintendo has been releasing all these older games on their virtual consoles in digital form, and maybe not right away, but it still happens. And then I believe the Wii U and the 3DS, they're like, okay, you can buy the game again if you bought it before for a cheaper price. But even that, I think, is kind of BS. Like, they already know that you already bought it, and then they say you can buy it again, but for a cheaper price. I guess it's kind of cool that they lower the price, but I still think it's BS that you have to re-buy it when they already know that you bought it, and then they're going to tie it to your Nintendo ID, because we all have Nintendo IDs now. So since it's already matched and tied and everything like that, they should be like, okay, you already purchased it, here you go, you can have it for free, since it's the same old game on the new console. But that's just my opinion. But also, the whole backwards compatibility issue isn't just going to be with video games, it's going to be with the controllers, because Nintendo always has these weird-ass controllers, like with the Wii U gamepad, the Wii's remote, and the nunchucks and all that stuff. And so they're going to have to make backwards compatibility with the controllers too, if you want true backwards compatibility and not some super weird-ass controller on the NX. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Number two is DVD or Blu-ray support. I'm not saying we need it, I'm saying we definitely do not need it. I know a lot of people were complaining about this back with the Wii U. They're like, oh my god, I can't even play DVDs or Blu-rays. But by now, how many DVD or Blu-ray players do you need? I'm sure everybody has multiple DVD and Blu-ray players now. You need another one with the Wii U? And even if you do want to watch something, most people just stream stuff with Amazon and Netflix and Hulu and even on YouTube. So just having that option to like stream video would be far better than DVD and Blu-ray drives, in my personal opinion. Next up is upgradable hard drives, because you can be sure that the NX is going to be super powerful, maybe somewhere online with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And the games for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 usually take up about 50 gigabytes of space, and then even those ones, they say you have to install them on the hard drive before you can even play them. I'm not sure if the Nintendo NX is going to do that. If it does, we're going to need some bigger hard drives, we're going to need some upgradable hard drives, and even SSDs. That would be great, because I loved how the PlayStation 4 allows you to actually put in an SSD and make your games run super quickly. And I'm not saying SSDs should be standard with the NX. It would be freaking awesome, but it would also be pretty pricey. And lastly, I think we really need true cross-platform support. So there are some games like on PlayStation where you can buy a game and it'll say this is the PlayStation Vita game and the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 version. You can play it on all those platforms, cross-save functions, and all that stuff. But when it comes to Nintendo, they're like, you can buy it on the 3DS, but you also have to buy it on the Wii U if you want to play it on both parts. And I don't even think they have cross-save functionality So it's not even a true cross-platform thing. You just have a game on the Wii U and have a game on the 3DS. For the NX and the 3DS and whatever handheld they might be coming up with next, I think there needs to be true cross-platform support. You buy a game, it works on both of them, and they have interconnection saves and all that stuff. I think that would really, really sell consoles and handhelds. But honestly, I don't see it happening because they just want to make that more money, extra little bit, nickel diamond here, in my personal opinion. So I don't think that they'd be doing that, but I really would love it, and I think all gamers out there would really love it. And I guess that's pretty much it with what I really hope they do with the Nintendo NX. I do not know how powerful it's going to be. Of course, we have the PlayStation 4 being slightly upgraded, coming soon, and some people are saying that the Xbox One is also going to have a slightly upgraded version. I think it's just going to be maybe a smaller version, not really fully upgraded, but we're going to have to wait and see with that. And a lot of people are saying this console life cycle is going to be shorter than usual because the jump from Xbox 360 to Xbox One and PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 wasn't exactly a huge jump compared to Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. So some people are saying the console lives are probably going to be, or console cycle, whatever you want to call it, probably going to be shorter. So we don't know how long the Nintendo NX is also going to last. And then if they release like a PlayStation 5 or Xbox, whatever the hell they want to call it next, and then Nintendo is kind of left with a nerfed console again, and then they can't get those third-party games yet again and all the DLC, and then they're just left out and kind of screwed, like with the Wii U. But we don't really know what's going to happen. I think even the PlayStation, like one of the CEOs was saying, we don't even know if we're going to have a PlayStation 5. So really, a lot of this stuff is really up in the air, and I have no idea what's going to happen with any of these consoles going forward in the future. But I think it would be really awesome if Nintendo actually released a bunch of their games on PC, like on Steam, because a lot of people are already using emulators and kind of just bootlegging the games, and I'm sure a ton of people would be willing to buy them and actually play them legitimately and then have all the functionality too. But I kind of doubt that that would happen unless they're like really, really hurting with their consoles and everything. Their consoles have been, well, with the Wii U, the Wii was great. The Wii U has been performing very well. The 3DS, on the other hand, has been performing excellently. So people are, you might badmouth the console, but Nintendo's really not out of it yet. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens and how the Nintendo NX performs, what games they're going to have. And I don't know, man. We're just going to have to wait and see. But that's all I got to say. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, I guess. And leave a comment telling me what you think about the NX. What do you think is going to happen? And what do you think about my thoughts on what needs to happen with the Nintendo NX for it to really become a great seller? And you can subscribe to my channel too if you want to see more video game vlogs like this. I also do strategy guides, reviews, and gameplay commentary. So if you want to see any of that, definitely subscribe, because more is going to be coming in the future.